Anand. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakti Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Gadadhara Pandita Swami ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakti ki jai. So we are very happy to have the fortune, the blessing of Sri Gadadhara Pandit. Sri Gora Hari had so many affections, so much affection for Sri Gadadhara Pandit that he couldn't be without him for a moment. Great affection for Sri Gadadhara Pandit that he couldn't be without him for a moment. He appeared a year after Lord Chaitanya. Gadai and Nimai were inseparable as childhood playmates. He is peaceful, very renounced, extremely serious and self-composed. He is fond of solitude. Gadadhara proved quite a contrast to his bosom friend Gora Raya. Gadadhara Pandit and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are opposite. Opposite in terms of behavior, like I was saying, he is very peaceful, he is very renounced, he is really very, very serious, extremely serious and self-composed. Nimai Pandit was not composed, he was restless. He was not peaceful. But he was different. So, Gadadhara Pandit proved quite a contrast to his bosom friend Gora Raya, who was fickle, unsteady, and whimsical. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, when you say whimsical, you try to understand what you mean by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was whimsical. I will tell you. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has described the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu extensively. And Srila Krishna Kavira Goswami said he wouldn't like to repeat them, but he will only say certain things that the Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is incarnation of yesterday in Chaitanya did not write. He would do that, and he did. So Vrindavan Das Thakur described how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is mentioned here, he is fickle, unsteady, and whimsical. Gadadhara Pandit is peaceful, very renounced, very quiet. He's a perfect gentleman. They are opposite. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will climb a tree very high and close his eyes, and he jump from there to the ground. Boom. Is that whimsical or not? So when the word is mentioned here, whimsical, to try to understand. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing. And with a certain way, with all her heart, my son, his lip was broken. Gadadhara Pandita was never like this. He was extremely peaceful. Very serious, very serious. He was very careful and he calculated everything that he does perfectly. The time I was pick up means he was not calculating what he did. Whatever he liked, he does. He will break things in the house. He will break everything. Such matter had to run out of the house. Like a man. He will break everything in the house. The Gadadhara Pandita never broke anything. Never. Instead, he took care of everything. But they are bosom friends. In Gangadhar Pandit's school, Imai Pandey regularly teased Gadadhara by challenging him with illogical questions. Sri Kavika Napura states in his branch leader Gadadhara Pandit is a daughter of King Rishabhan, Srimati Radharani. So we shouldn't be surprised that she is very mild. Of course, it doesn't have to go through Srimati Radharani. So Gadadhara Pandit is the effulgence of Srimati Radharani. It's effulgence. So he carried the sentiment, the mood of Srimati Radharani. While Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carried the person, the form directly. Therefore, he is acting differently. So he is Srimati Radharani. Gadadhara Pandit served as Lord Gaura's chief assistant during his Navadvip pastimes. Shri Radha, Krishna, and Vrindavan appeared as Gaura Gadadhara to perform pastimes in Navadvip in the forest groves beside the Ganges. So we saw when you go to Panchahati, Navadvip Panchahati, or when you go to Silabhati Notakura, he worshipped Gaura Gadadhara. So devotees will be wondering, what is that? Gaura Gadadhara. So in this Bhakti Notakura was he didn't worship Radha and Krishna, he worshipped Gaura Gadadhara, which is the same. Because for him, Gaura is Krishna in this future. Gaura is Krishna. Why Gadadhara is Srimati Radharani? So he worshipped Gaura Gadadhara. No one can describe the characteristics and the static love of Gadadhara Pandit. Therefore, another name for Sri Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhara Prananatha, the life and soul of Gadadhara Pandit. In Navadvip, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lay many persons with Gadadhara Pandit. He will, in his person as a Pandit, he would challenge all Vaishnavas to debate. That's the duty of the Pandit, to challenge other Pandit. Gadadhara Pandit will look at him And when are you going to be a devotee? When are you going to be a devotee? We challenge them. When are you going to be a devotee? And Chitama will smile and then he will say, when I will be a devotee, all of you will be amazed with my bhakti. And he did. He did. When I will be a devotee, all of you will be amazed. None of you will meet me in bhakti. And he did, because he's a brother. So Gadadhara Pandit is extremely very close because he knows himself. He knows himself. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was playing, after he came, when he became a devotee, of course, so to say, so to speak, that when he became a devotee, after he gave up the person on Pandit, and then he came to the person of the devotee, after he got initiation from Guy. When he came back to Nowadays, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was extremely different. Like we mentioned, how he would climb a tree and fall from there. Chaitanya would cry the whole day. Cry. Satimata will enter, wake up in the morning, come into the room to come and greet Chaitanya, who will see the whole room is full with water. The water is the tear from his eyes. It's Ganga. He created Ganga. The room is full. When you say the room is full, it's not just that there's small water. The room is full of water. Full. So Satimata was very, very, very distressed. Had to do with them. So every day he would go to look for candidates, doctors, different doctors to come and cure the. So one day Satimata went to Gadadhara Pandit and requested him to come and help Nimai. So Gadadhara Pandit came. And he saw Satan was crying. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Gadadhara Pandit, oh Nimai, don't worry. Krishna is in your heart. As soon as Gadadhara Pandit said this, Chaitanya wanted to tear his chest. He wanted to tear that. As soon as Gadadhara Pandit saw the danger, he immediately responded, oh, Krishna is just coming. Just give me a moment and see Krishna now. Chaitanya will stop tearing his chest. And he became calm. Chaitanya said, my dear, please, don't go away from me. Stay here with me because you know how to deal with my son. Nobody had ever cooled him down. Only you have the power to do this. Just stay here with my son so that when he is agitated and control him. This is Gadadhara Pandit. He knows how to cool the Lord. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. We know very well that Srimati Rani controls Krishna. In the same way, Gadadhara Pandit knows how to control Chaitanya, make him cool, peaceful, and satisfied. So Satimata very much appreciated him and requested him, please stay with my son. Just stay here. One day, while wandering along the bank of the Ganges, Gaurasuna entered the forest grove and sat in a meditative mood. Soon he became enraptured, remembering his Vrindavan fasting. To enhance the Lord's mood, Mukunda Datta began singing sweet songs in Purva Raga. Shri Gadadhara Pandit made a garland of fragrant forest flowers and lovingly placed around the Lord's beautiful neck. As Sri Radha used to dress Damodara in Vrindavan. Similarly, Gadadhara Pandit will adorn the radiant form of Gauranga. He will also decorate Lord Chaitanya's dress and bed and bedroom with the sweet smelling flowers. Every day he would make sandalwood paste to rub on Chaitanya transcendental body. Gaura Gadadhara sat on the root of a tree, serving as a raised ice. Sri Nityananda Prabhu sat on Lord Chaitanya's right. Srivas Pandit decorated them with flowers. Sri Advaita Acharya offered Arutika. Norohari waved the chamara. Chuklambara offered chamara. Chandan and Murari Gupta sang the Lord's glories. Jai, Ukunda, Purushottam, Madhava, and Vasudev Ghosh sang a variety of songs in different ragas. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his Nadia Lila in the company of his, in association of his devotees. So Gadadhara Pandit also took the renounced order of life and went to Jagannath Puri to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Kshetra Sannyas. Accepting Kshetra Sannyas, a renunciate who never leaves the Dharma. He served the deity of Tota Gopinath with full love and devotion. Regularly, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to relish Sri Gadadhara and this Rasika reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya concluded his presence manifest by entering the deity of Tota Gopinath. Tota Gopinath. Tota means a garden. The garden of Gopinath. So in this temple, Tota Gopinath temple, when you go to Jagannath Puri, it's one of the famous temples in Jagannath Puri. So there, one day at the hill where Gadadhara Pandit usually sit to narrate, to recite Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to hear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started scratching the ground where he was singing, and he looked up to Gadadhara Pandit and said, "Do you want some special jewels? Do you want jewels? Do you want valuable jewels? You want something rare?" He was scratching the ground. Shri Gadadhara Pandit said, "Yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. Please give me the jewel." And Chaitanya was scratching the ground, and he called Gadadhara Pandit to come and see the jewels. Looking there, it was the head of the deity. Behold, Gadadhara Pandit was ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to dig the place and bring the deity out. So the deity was dug and got out, properly washed and washed it. As Madhavendra Puri did. In this way, the deity was installed. So we go to Jagannath Puri now, we have Tota Gopinath deity to worship. And it is mentioned, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enter the deity of the Tota Gopinath. That is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared. Different what you have different versions, but this is the first. So Gadadhara Pandit worshipped this deity for his life. He never lived the deity service. And when you go there, the deity is sitting down. The deity is sitting. Usually the deity stands, but Tota Gopinath deity sits down. And the Pujari will open the door to show us which Chaitanya will enter into the deity. And also Gadadhara Pandit himself, he disappeared in that country. In the front of the deity, there's a place in one corner where Gadadhara Pandit entered. That's why he disappeared. So Chitama comes every day to hear the narration. Although Gadadhara Swami was barely 48 when the Lord departed, he quickly became old because of the intense anguish he felt in separation from his beloved Lord, Dhira Swami. He couldn't stretch his arms to offer a gallant deity to all his sons. Understanding his servants' difficulties, Sri Dr. Gopinath sat down to facilitate Gadadhara's loving service. To this day, Sri Dr. Gopinath is the only sitting deity of Krishna. This is reciprocation of the love for Gadadhara family. The deity is sitting there, so he could do and dressing himself in my sleep as he was doing. So when Chitamba was there and was about leaving, Gadadhara Pandita could not tolerate the separation. He wanted to leave the deity and talk with Chitamba. Chitamba told him not to do that. Because he took vows to stay not to travel with him. He wanted to break it, but Chitamba did not allow him to do it. Keep their vows. According to some authorities, a short time after Lord Chaitanya's disappearance, Sri Gadadhara Pandita joined his eternal partners by entering his beloved deity of total goodness, his Danta, put Samadhi stands near the Vamsi Gopinath temple in the north. So this is Gadadhara Pandita. From the time that he was a boy, Gadadhara Pandita was always in association of Sri Chaitanya. Sri Gadadhara Pandit's father's name was Sri Madhava Mishra. His mother's name was Sri Ratnabali Devi. He lived close to the house of Jagannath Mishra in Mayapur. Sri Ratnavati Devi looked upon Sati Devi as if Sati Devi were her big sister. The two of them were always spending time with each other. At his childhood pastime, Gora Hari used to often play with him. They both went to the village school together to study. So they have been together from childhood. Nothing but this. Gadadhara Pandita was once requested by Mukund. They should go and see a devotee. When you say you go and see a devotee, yeah. The devotee was very happy to hear. You're going to see another pure devotee. The devotee is happy to be there. So Mukunda took him to go and see a pure devotee, Mahabharata. The introduction was a pure devotee, said Mahabharata. We're going to see Mahabharata. Every devotee was very happy because that is where our fortune is. So Gadadhara Pandita was informed. And let's go and see a pure devotee, Mahabharata. Gadadhara Pandita, yes, let's go. So they went to meet Kundari Vidyanidhi. Kundari Vidyanidhi was a great Maharaj. A great Maharaj. Very opulent. He's just a son. He's just a son. I'm talking of his just a son. His trash can is made of gold. Trash can. Where he will spit inside. It's made of gold. It's gold. gold. That's the West basket. When you call it the West, it's a trust can. For better for that was the quality. This is his asana is made of emerald, gold, lapis lazuli, coral. So you have to climb the stairs to sit on asana, and the canopy, the dome of his asana. Nobody has money to have sex. And in front of his asana, there's a magnificent mirror for him to see his eyes enjoying his work. How will you consider such a person? And beside the servant are fanning him from both sides. The chamara is made of gold. This gold handle, using chamara, and the pickup handle using fanning him. Beautiful girls from both sides fanning him. The trascan is of gold. There's a mirror before him to see his performance. How will you consider that person? Sense gratification, condemned sense gratified. So Gadadhara Pandita, he looked at the whole situation, and look around, look at the opulence, extreme opulence. Everything, the palace, the queens, the servants, the asana, everything. Gadadhara Pandita look at this and he said in his mind, in the mind, where is the Mahabharata what I was told to go and eat? Where? The sense that the fire which I'm seeing was Mahabharata. It was very tempting for, and he's accepting all the offerings. He accepting all the offerings joyfully. Whether that one will say, here is the Mahabharata. I was told that I'm going to go and see Mahabharata. But where is it? The devotees have the nature of always being the well-wisher of other people. And our duty, our responsibility is always, we are not just devotees, we're not just to make our Krishna consciousness successful. We also have to see how we are helping others in their Krishna consciousness. This is the technologies. These are the secrets of success. Krishna consciousness. How we are not just selfish, looking for salvation, but we are constantly supporting and helping other devotees in their Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. Mukunda, noticing that the Gadadhara Pandita was thinking like this in his mind, and always ready to help devotees immediately, he chanted the sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Who is that person that can be considered more merciful than Krishna, who delivered the demons who had come to kill him, and giving her an exalted position of being a Goloka Vasi. As soon as he had this, a crown on his head fell off to the ground, smashed. All the jewels in his hand, smashed them all. Himself ultimately fell off the throne and came to the ground, completely deserved. In ecstasy, fell off. And he was there for a very long time. Not just he was lost for a very long time. Upon saying this, that just one mantra, Bhutana came to kill Krishna. So Krishna shocked her breast and shocked her life and gave her promotion. Krishna stopped her from simple activities and promoted her to become a nurse. Yashodamai and Goloka. As soon as he had this, he fainted for hours. When Gadadhara Pandita saw this, he was shocked and he came back to himself. Oh, I have mistaken a pure devotee for saying that I have done a great mistake. It's a great offense. How will I rectify this? So devotees, somehow he brought all his devotees to teachers and protectors from what will make us to fall. Like giving us all the principles how to stand, faith in Krishna consciousness, and achieve perfection. The goal of Krishna consciousness, and to go back and back to personally associate with Krishna in all his pastimes. Looking at the devotee externally is very risky. Looking at devotees externally is risky and dangerous, especially for neophyte devotees. Neophyte devotees should not be too close to the devotee. We need the association to become successful in our Krishna consciousness, and at the same time, if we are not careful, that association can also destroy us. Because of our contaminated senses, we are not going to see things as they are. We are going to see things at our level. What is this? I was told that I'm going to meet a Maha Bhagavad. But see, I'm seeing somebody who is chewing tobacco. Who is chewing tobacco. Look at the trash can. Look at the people. Where is the renunciation? The Maha Bhagavad is a renounced person. But where is the Maha Bhagavad? I was told I'm going to see. We should not look at devotees externally. We should look at devotees internally to see what is going on inside. Because in general, the general principle, the etiquette that pure devotees follow, including Krishna himself, is that they are always his guides. So in this way, they remain inside. They're inside. It's not cheating. Not cheating. They're not sure their purity, their perfection, their level of bhakti. They're not sure. But it is possible that it can be seen by those who are very, very perfect. Purity is a force, and it will show. It will show. It will show. When the Chaitanya and Ramananda met, Chaitanya tried to hide, but he didn't succeed. When Krishna and Srimati met, Chaitanya would try to hide, but he didn't succeed. When Srimati appeared, he came out fully. When Chaitanya met with Ramananda, he also came and couldn't hide. But that Pandita is not to condition. She is Srimati, the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, now appearing as Gadadhara Pandita and And his father, the Savano, came out from the beginning. So Pundari Vijayanedi was in a spiritual coma for hours. That means he left the external to enter into the internal. And he remained there for long hours, relishing the bliss of Christian consciousness, which is the natural taste. So after a long time, then he regained consciousness. When he regained consciousness, all the devotee was struck with wonder to see the level of his body. So, but that's the point was considering in his mind. I've done a great offense to man. After treatment, how to rectify myself. So, Mukunda introduced the Gadadhara Pandita to Pandita Vidyanidhi. He described him, gave a very wonderful description. Because he asked, who is this boy? He's a noble, peaceful, and pure devotee. So Mukunda gave a detailed explanation about Gadadhara Pandita. Oh, very nice. So, who is his parent? What is it? What does it mean? All these questions were asked, and Mukunda gave me all the answers. So as they left there, Gadadhara Pandita decided, I must take initiation from him so that I'll be under him, he will discipline me, he will punish me. In this way, I'll get free, I'll get purified from the offenses I committed. So Gadadhara Pandita went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he narrated what happened. As soon as Gadadhara Pandita mentioned this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately responded, please take initiation. Please go now. Go and take initiation now for him. Go. So Gadadhara Pandita came to meet Chaitanya and and initiation was accepted. So the father is accepting his son because now he's in male form. So Gadadhara Pandita is going back to Vrishabhanu Maharaj in Krishnagiri. So this Chaitanya who used this to teach us a lesson, how we should be very careful in looking at devotees, because it is very, very, very easy for nearby devotees to look at and see the Mahabharata. But because they are cultured civilized people who are also not just nice people, but the pure devotees, they know the etiquette. So he arranged to free himself from that place. And Chaitanya immediately approved of it. Go now, take it now, take initiation now. Today you must take it. And Gadadhara Pandita did. He came back and he took it. Which Vrindavan Das Sakura elaborately describes in Chaitanya. So Gadadhara Pandita is a wonderful devotee. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written in glorification and appreciation of Gadadhara Pandita. Shimara Gora Gadadhara Teli Kalam Bhava Gora Gadadhara Prasad Charam Shirino Gora Gadadhara Charu Katam Vaja Godrima Kanana Kunja Dum. Remember the wonderful presence of Gora and Gadadhara. Become a servant of Gora and Gadadhara. Listen to the beautiful narrations concerning Gora, Gadadhara, and worship Gora, the beautiful moon with the godrooms, the grooves of godroom. Gadadhara Pandita appeared on the dark moon day of the month of Vaishakha. And is among the Panchatattva, the five truths as described by in Chaitanya Bhagavat. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, we have this Pada Saka Gadadhara Pandita Gosani Tenho Lakshmi Rupa Dara Samake Hanoi. Gadadhara Pandita, the fourth branch, is described as an incarnation of the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna. No one, therefore, can equal him. As Papa said in the purpose. In the Gauda Ganadil Tipika, 147-53, it is stated, Sri Krishna's pleasure potency, formerly known as Pundavanishwari, is now personified in the form of Sri Gadadhara Pandit, in the presence of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Dhira Damodara Swami has pointed out that in the shape of Lakshmi, the pleasure potency of Krishna, she was formerly very dear to the Lord as Shama Sundara Balaba. The same Shama Sundara Balaba is now present in Lord Chaitanya's presence as the Gadadhara Pandit. Formerly, as Lalita Saki, she was always devoted to Srimati Radharani. Thus, Gadadhara Pandit is simultaneously an incarnation of Srimati Radharani and Lalita Saki. In the 12th chapter of this part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, is a description of the descendant of disciple succession of Gadadhara Pandit. Shri Gadadhara Pandit ki. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, you mentioned, you gave the pastime of Gadadhara Pandit and Pundarika Nidhi. And you mentioned that devotees should be very careful, they should not view devotees externally. So,
yes.
How we can see the devotees without making that offense, looking from the external aspect, how we can see internally, so we can be, we can avoid such offenses like external aspects.
The best thing is we ourselves should become a serious devotee. That's the best thing. If we are serious, if Krishna considers a serious, sincere devotee, the Krishna will show us who is a devotee. we will know who is a devotee. If we ourselves are devotees, we will know who is a devotee. There is no question of confusion. There is no question of confusion. If we are devotees, we will know who is a devotee. That is certain. Just like in any group, or wherever we go, if you're a musician, you will know exactly who are musicians. If you're a smoker, you know exactly those who smoke. In any environment you go, you know exactly who smokes. If you're a drunkard, you also know those who drink. Natural, without any introduction, they will know each other and they will merge together and continue. And people who are also into other varieties of Chinese education, they will follow the same. Without introduction, you know, similarly, if you are devotees, we will naturally know who is a devotee. Without introduction, we will know. That's the best thing. If we are not devotees, there's no other way we are going to know a devotee. Another way we can do that is to learn how to treat people nicely. If you practice treating people nicely, it will be easy for us to know who is a devotee, who can help us. We'll have respect for people. If we don't have respect for people, we are going to commit all kinds of sins, all kinds of offenses. If we don't have respect for people, if we don't recognize that each body has a spirit soul, equal in quality with Christian, but different in content. So we should become devoted. All right?
Yes. And one clarification, Guru Maharaj. We know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is he has a sentiment of Srimati Radharani.
Yes.
So he's in a man body. And now we just heard that Gadadhara Pandit, he is also in the sentiment mood of Srimati Radharani. So is it correct? Or is it correct or
Yes. She's Radharani, so she has all the sentiment.
Yes. Then you mentioned like one Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has the form. This I could not grasp.
Yes,
The form
I was saying that he took the form, that is a person of Srimati Radharani, and he entered inside. So he's inside, and Srimati Radharani is his form. I think he's golden. But when you say Atvisha Krishna, means Krishna, he is Krishna who is not black. Why? Because Srimati Radharani is outside and he is inside. Gadadhara Pandit is complete. The effulgence is complete. He carry all. You're not outside or inside. He's complete, inside and outside. All right.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. So from our side, we had only two questions. So maybe now devotees on from other part, they can ask question now.
All right.
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
There is a question from Ram Charan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dandavata Gurudev. If we make offense against any exalted devotee by judging externally, should we also accept them as our Guru Maharaj for that offense?
Not that we have to accept them as guru. Not that we have to necessarily accept them as our guru, like Gadadhara Pandita, so that he can chastise us. Yeah, we can go and confess it, and we can also render them service to get purified for that. If you confess, you get purified. If you serve them, you get purified. And many ways you can serve. Many ways you can serve. So that we should do, so we get purified. But other Pandit, he took initiation because he needed a special time to show by example, and he's his father. So everything was arranged like that. But not that everybody has to go and say, how many people will have a friend in this world? Would they give a system for all of them? Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Next question is from Pallavi Mataji. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj Dandavat Pranam. Just like in Gaura Leela, Murari Gupta is an incarnation of Hanuman. Is Mukunda Datta an incarnation of any exalted personality?
Yes, all of them. Gora Ganadish Deepika. Gora Ganadish Deepika. It is a list of all of them, who they are in their lives. Yes. Mukunda. All of them, they are described in Gora Ganadish Deepika. And in Krishna Ganadish Deepika also has all the so we can, it is easy to know. If you consult that, we'll get all the details. If you have the book, you can check. Yes, I'm looking at it. In Braja, there were two very nice singers named Madhukanta and Madhuvrata. He appeared in Chaitanya Lila as Mukunda and Vasudev Das. Yeah. So they're here. All of them, they have come from Krishna Lila to Chaitanya Lila. And some also to Ramchana Lila. They are all connected. All right.
Yes, Sukadev Goswami Prabhu has a question. You can ask a question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Please accept my prostrated obeisances. Jai Gurudev. Thank you very much for the wonderful class, beloved Gurudev. I have two questions, if you don't mind, beloved Gurudev. My first question is in regards to the offense that Gadadhara Pandit, committed towards Pundarika Vidyanidhi. Now, it is said that for you to know what you don't like, for you to know what you like, you must first taste what you don't like. You know, for us to be able to come to that platform of total surrender, for us to be able to come to that platform of totally seeing everyone with true humility, we must first of all pass through a certain period that transforms us and bring us to that point. Now, Gadadhara Pandit, is it not Krishna's arrangement? Just like if we commit offense towards somebody and then we realize it, that I have committed this offense towards this person, hence let me go and ask for forgiveness so that I can truly make proper progress in my Krishna consciousness. Is it not Krishna's arrangement? This is my first question, beloved Gurudev. And how do we see Krishna's arrangement in this?
It is not Krishna's arrangement that we should make offense to devotees. Learn from it. It is not Krishna's arrangement that we have to earn that. For pure devotees, that could happen. Like Krishna used Arjuna, Krishna put Arjuna in confusion so he can ask him questions so he will speak and give us Bhagavad Gita. That's a different thing. Only pure devotees, Krishna uses to teach us example. Gadadhara Pandit, Krishna used him to teach them. He had no offense and he cannot make offense. And not that he has forgotten his father, neither Pandita forgot who he is. But because they are teaching, they had to put a decision to do that. That is for pure devotees, but not conditional souls. All offenses we make, we are responsible for it. Because it is due to our foolishness. Therefore, for a mundane person, a mundane person has to learn by experience. And even some people, even with experience, they will not still learn. Therefore, you have to do something wrong to learn and then grow. That is for foolish part, not necessary for pure devotees. All right.
Yes, beloved Gurudev. My second question is, you spoke about for us to rise above offenses, for us to be able to see, for us not to be able to see just only the external, and for us to be able to see the internal, we should be a devotee. Now, this statement I've been hearing again, we've been hearing it again and again. Now, a lot of us feel to be a devotee means we should chant our rounds, we should do service in the temple, we should read Srila Prabhupada books, and so many other things. Now, in the process of doing this, we do find out that there's some transformation that happens in the mind. There's some transformation that happens in our activities, how we behave with people, how we relate with people. But when you say to be a devotee, Guru Maharaj, because the statement itself, it has a lot of weight. What does it truly mean, beloved Gurudev? Is it just to chant, to attend programs? What does it truly mean?
Devotee means pure devotee. I will say devotee. I say devotee, we're talking about pure devotee. That is the meaning. The devotee means pure devotee. But because the process is dynamic and magnanimous, if you can also consider that all sadhakas are devotees. But in actual sense, when we say devotee, we are talking about a pure devotee. A pure devotee will know a pure devotee. Like when the Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami met. How will you just do what Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami did? How will you do that? In the presence of his initiated disciples, sannyasi disciples, they were all sitting in their presence. A new person, a householder, not even a devotee, just walked inside full of doubt. Because that time, Prabhupada was promoting Gandhi. India has to get independent from British. Then we can talk about God. But this is what they said, my friend, that is nothing. That is nothing. We shouldn't waste our time for that. We are at emergency time. We have serious thing to do. This is nothing. you should go to the West and preach Krishna consciousness. He gave this instruction in the presence of his already initiated sannyasis. If they don't know themselves, how will you speak like that? They say you don't throw a pearl to a swine. They know themselves. Therefore, he can do like that. And he worked perfectly. He's not mistaken that. The devotee, he knows. So we are practitioners, we are practicing. Yes, we're on the path. So we should know that we are sadhakas. Not that now I'm a pure devotee. We are sadhakas. That's why it's difficult. When pure devotees meet, they naturally associate. What the description? When Nanda Maharaj was celebrating the birthday of his wonderful son, Sri Krishna Chandra. Slakavi Kanapura Goswami described that all kinds of people came, but the Brahmana were known by their effulgence, not by introduction. They were not the Brahmana written on their face. They were not introduction by anybody. All kinds of people came to celebrate, but the effulgence distinguished the Brahmanas from others. Like, what did they say? A lion is not voted to power by others. A lion he naturally takes that position because of his prowess. He's not elected by vote. So pure devotees does not come and campaign. They don't come and campaign. By their fruit, they are known. They are known. There's nothing to campaign. Campaign means you are good is not good. If you are good, it's good. Just give it to people. They will taste it. Give me more. Give me. Just let them taste it. It's a proper deed. He went to the America. He threw the seed. People tasted. We're coming. You do hear when the people were putting out bad here and there. Even when he went to Mahesh Yogi Ashram, he didn't campaign for disciples. Never. He simply threw his seed, and the devotees were ripe. They took it, ate it, and they couldn't live without his feet. That is Bhakta. Pure devotee. So we are talking about pure devotee. All right.
Yes, beloved Gurudev. Thank you very, very much for the clarification. It's very, very clear. It's very profound. Thank you very much, beloved Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. There is one last question by Jayesh Prabhu. Hare Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Why did Gadadhar Pandit accept Kshetra sannyas?
Why?
Why did Gadadhar Pandit accept Kshetra sannyas?
It is by choice. We're individual. We have our different moods. Some people preach, some pure devotees preach, some pure devotees do not preach. We cannot judge them by you preach, you are pure devotee, you didn't preach, you are not a pure devotee. No, it is It is on nature. Nature is like that. Some pure devotees, they will not preach. Some will preach. So Bhakti Dhira Damodara constructed 64 temples. His spiritual master had none, not even one, none. So will you say that he is a self-gratifier and the Guru is purer than him? No, I won't say that. This is a different mood. A different mood. Some, but this ancestry has thousands of disciples. What Krishna only has only how many? Two. Only two disciples. Our Prabhupada, his mission must have founded the Gaudiya Math. And all his god brothers, they have all their temples named in that way. Gopinath Math, Chaitanya Math, Mission Math, so many maths. Probably is Society International Society of Krishna. So they always say that he didn't follow his guru. Look at the result of his activities. Yes. So that is not a fault. That he accepted that. It's not a fault. To the Father can help him to dedicate his life to Krishna. Was absorbed. After all, when you start to preach and start making disciples, is it easy? I want to deal with all kinds of people. It's all headache. It's a distraction for few bucks. someone who decided to do that is not a fault. All right.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, you were referring from a book when you were saying the personalities in Chaitanya Lila who was in the Vraj Lila. So at that moment, the connection was broken here. So if you could give the name of that book you were referring to, the name of the book which you were referring to know what are the personalities, what personalities in Chaitanya Lila, the personalities who are in Chaitanya Lila, what was their role in Vraj Lila?
Okay, that is Gora Gonadesh Dipika. Gora Gonadesh Dipika. Gora Gonadesh Dipika.
Yes.
We also have Radha Krishna Gunadesh Dipika. We also have that. Radha Krishna Gunadesh Dipika.
Yes.
So both of them you will see. They have all the names and who they are, the identity. All right, Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes, Guru Maharaj. We no longer have question now, so we thank you for the wonderful lecture on Gadadhara Pandit, and we expect to have you in the next Monday for another session. So Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Sri Gadadhara Pandit ki jai.
Shra Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki jai. Shra Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.